I'm here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's a fantastic day. I think it's about 90 degrees, 92 degrees. Blistering hot sun, as you can see. I'm red. I got reddened up. I don't even know if people can be able to watch this live, simply because of, oh look, 6 viewers, got it. Yeah, I can't see. You guys should see what I jimmied my phone up on here. I didn't bring a stand, tripod. Success, I think really, for me, it comes from a definition that I get to create, right? That's a rule that I set for myself. What is success? I define it, okay? So the question is, what do we got to do to define that success, right? It is like a jungle out here. Can you guys hear the noise in the background? Hey, Junior, who the heck is calling me in Costa Rica, suckers? When you guys hop on, whether live or recorded, put where you guys are checking in from, what city you guys are from. I'd love to hear where you guys are from. Earl Nightingale talked about the power of success in that it's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? What's that worthy ideal? What's that goal? What's that thing that you want to do? You want to walk by here?
Yes.
What's outside? Sorry, I was in the way because I'm in the. They're doing some, what's that called? Room service for someone. Las Vegas, SoCal, awesome, cool. Put down where you guys are from. I'd love to hear that. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. What's that worthy ideal? I think one of the challenges that I've faced over time is I have too many worthy ideals that I want to create, right? Like if that's you, if you connect with me on that, like there's so many things you want to do and get done. The challenge that I've faced is I try to put too many hands in my different pots, right? So with time, what I realized to do is, okay, well, let's get really clear on this section first. Let's dominate this section, and then boom, go to this section. Boom, go to this section. Boom, go to this section, right? And then you have that plan that you can execute. So if you've got a plan of execution, right? Like, okay, for me, it's let's say I want to hit $1 million in revenue this year. That's literally the financial goal that I have for my business, right? If that's what it is, okay, what's the plan of execution that's going to get me there, right? Well, it's going to come from my real estate sales business, online marketing business, the coaching and training, my mastermind. It's got to come in, my stock portfolio, my rental portfolio. Like, I got to be clear on where the money's coming from first. And second is, I got to have a leader. Sometimes that leader is me in each one of those organizations, making sure that that leg is generating the cash flow to come in. Hey, Donnie from Daytona Beach. Hope you're doing fantastic. Melanie. That's some cool people. Tamika. Hey, if you guys are just popping in, write in the comments where you're chiming in from, what city you're chiming in from. What's up, Ronnie Phillip? And so, okay, if that's what the goal is, how do I measure it? There's two different types of measurements. One of the books I've been reading lately, and it's been recommended from my mastermind partners, is the 4 disciplines of execution. Okay, so in that book, it talks about measuring this process, right? This process with something that's measurable, that's going to be an input and an output. The lag type number and the lead type number, right? For example, a lead type measurement is going to be prospecting and appointment set. It's going to be new customers generated, right? That could be a lead, a lead measurement to follow. Hey guys.
And I think they're going
Live stream interruptions. What do you got to do? I'm not the only one in Costa Rica, you know what I mean? So what's the long-term measurement? It's your revenue. It's your closings, right? It's the dollars paid. It's the sales volume. Those are lag type measurements. Lead type measurements, they come from the input. T. Harv Eker says it's the roots become your fruits. Okay, the roots become your fruits, meaning what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so if I want to hit that measurement, I have to have a lead measurement each side of these categories. Like, okay, how many live streams am I doing per year? How many hours prospected am I doing on the phone to generate new agents to work in my organization? How many appointments is the team setting? I got to identify those and help my team identify those. And then something goes along with that, I have to be accountable, okay? Just like I have to hold other people accountable, people have to hold me accountable, make sure I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. Okay, and actually make sure that I'm not going to do what I didn't say I was going to do. That's actually the biggest challenge. Have you ever noticed that? Like, I'm going to do this, and what stops me from doing it is I do something else instead. I know you know what I'm talking about right now. Get it? So it's holding accountable to not doing the stuff that is your excuse of not getting done what you want to get done. So the one thing though, that okay, if we're here to make a lot of money, what good is that money if we're not happy, right? What good is money if you're not happy, if you're not enjoying it? I've had Costa Rica on my scoreboard for a couple of years now, right? This was a thing that I wanted to go and do with my family, between dance schedules and tumbling schedules and business and things going on back home. Like, to find that 2-week period to make it happen, we found just the perfect time, and we said, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Okay. So if that's one of the goals, if that's one of the targets, what's the input that makes it happen, right? One of the things that I do is on my calendar, right? If you look at my calendar, I'm gonna have to go change it. I'm gonna have to update it when I get back this next week. So I'm already working on some new goals. Is I had prospecting Costa Rica, right? So I knew that those 3.5 hours every single morning, when I do those, that input, that route determined this fruit, okay? That route, you look at my phone, you look at my Google calendar, that's what it says all the time, it's Costa Rica. Now it's the reality, okay? Along that way though, if you're doing these things that you want to create in your life, you want to travel. If you want a new car, nice car, have a new car, nice car. You want a nice house, get a nice house. You want to start a foundation, right? Like, that's one of the things that I started for my winning game right now, my championship game, is the WGR Give project. That we're donating 5% of our gross revenue. That's 5% of our gross revenue currently. We're giving back to the community in some way, right? We'll be donating through the WGR Give project. So get clear on what those are, and as you achieve these things, naturally your confidence will go up, right? Naturally your confidence will go up. When your confidence increases, your execution increases. One of the biggest enemies to execution is complexity, right? Making things too complex. So simplify it, right? So okay, if my confidence goes on the, I have a guidance scale, right? On the emotional guidance scale, if I can keep it up from a 7 to a 3, or from a 10 to a 6, right, on how I'm constantly feeling, that's how you can measure it. Write it down, track it every single day. That will increase your confidence. That's the one tip from this whole entire video that I wanted you guys to get out of it, right? I share all the time about how I'm measuring lead measurements and lag measurements and gross revenues and net revenues and appointments and hours prospected and blah, 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 blah. But the real thing that's most measurable for me is like, how am I feeling right here? How am I feeling right here? Okay, and connecting these two spots, these neural pathways of having the logical thinking with this irrational, out of this world, impossible, possible games that go on right here. It's like, and I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like, a lot of times in my life, I can make decisions based on what's going on here versus not what's penciled out on paper, right? Especially with hiring and training new recruits, a lot of times, yeah, you can do a lot of paper research, but it's in here, it's here that you're going to be able to make that choice to find the right person for your organization or not. It's right here that knows what's the right thing to do on how to treat someone in a negotiation, or in a contract, or in a teammate, or a spouse, or a mastermind partner, or in a financial disagreement, right? Like, it's right there that you know where to direct your life, where to do things with your life. I would say the biggest thing that that I would have regret doing in my life was not doing the things I wanted to do in my dreams, okay? And it's really detrimental to your children when you do that, okay? If you guys are just chiming in, put where you guys are from. I'd love to see you guys checking in. I'm coming from live right now, maybe recorded because you watched it later, Guanacaste, Costa Rica, so I apologize. There's a tour bus dropping off over here, and then some loud noises from the rainforest, jungle, forest, mountain area, whatever it's called. And I forgot what I was talking about now. Measure your self-confidence by your emotional guidance scale. Raise your emotional guidance scale by the actions that you take, by the thoughts you put in your head, by what you're doing, and then anchoring your actions, your input actions, to your lag results. Not only numbers, but physical world things. One of the things I've got on my to-do, my must-do experience list is I'm going to go to India and do the rickshaw run. That's where we get you know, tuk-tuk. If you're not familiar with a tuk-tuk, it's a little 3-wheel motorcycle thing. It holds 3 people, and we're going to go about 1,400 kilometers in that thing. It only goes about 50 kilometers an hour, so it's really freaking slow. We're going to go across India, where I don't know who's going. I'm pretty certain Jared from my sales team is going to be coming with us. If you guys want to come, I'm targeting next January. That's when I'm hoping to make it go. It's about a 2 to 3 week adventure in India, so if you guys want to do it, come with me. Oh yeah, about the kids. So like one of the ways that you teach your kids how to have their dreams, how to live their dreams, how to fulfill their dreams is go be yours. Go be yours, right? Your dream might be to become financially free, which mine was for the longest time. I mean, your dream might be to travel, like I love to do, or your dream might be to be in great health and fitness, or to have an awesome relationship, or whatever it is that you want to create. When you demonstrate that to your children, they'll go demonstrate it for their children and their children for other people, right? You cannot teach your children to live their dreams by putting their dreams first. It ain't gonna fucking work, right? They learn by following the model, by seeing what's around them. Okay? How do your kids learn how to pray? They see you on your knees praying, right? How do your kids learn how to read? They see you reading. How do they learn how to meditate? They see you meditating. They get around you doing the actionable item, the input item that causes the result. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this. So just kind of some takeaways. Measure your lead measure and your lag measure, and you can determine that for any part of your life, right? Find out what the result is that you want, and find out the input that you got to do to get it, and you'll create it. Hey, thanks for being on, Tamika. Totally appreciate you. And reminded me where I was at. Jeremy, Stevie, how you doing? I'm gonna go ahead and check on out here. See ya from Costa Rica. Oh, do me a favor, click that share button. Click that share button. Do me another favor. Make sure to go to fearlessagent.com. Join up for Fearless Agent Coaching and Training. Do me another favor. Send me buyer and seller referrals in Utah. Appreciate everyone that is sending them to me. We're averaging about 3 to 4 per month from you guys, so we totally appreciate it. We actually just sold my sister's house under contract via some followers in Ohio. They're getting a second house here, so that's super, super cool. So anyone you guys can do to help us out, we appreciate it. And any way I can help you out, let me know. You know that's my #1 mission, create massive value for everyone. Number two is to empower you guys to take massive action. Number three is that you'll share your message, share your light with other people. See ya. It can't help the world, the universe, God cannot help but put it into your reality. That's how it works. The idea is a seed planted into your cerebellum, and you water it by thinking about it, by writing about it, by talking about it.